no scaling plan like Top Step. So in Top Step, you don't have a choice. You have to go 2 contracts. Yeah, 50K account is 2, 100K, 150K is 3. You have to use 2 or 3 contracts. Like, give them no choice. And I would say with 2 contracts, they give you $1,000 drawdown with a 50K account. It's a little higher with 100 and 150. What I would say with that is you really don't have the chance to blow up those accounts in 2 trades. I guess you could do it in 3, but it'd be really difficult to do that. And so they kind of save you versus Apex. They really tighten up the drawdown in their PA accounts, and they give you as many contracts as you want or need for that account. And so they make it really easy to blow up that account. So when you're in your eval, like I like to just go full out and just do as many contracts as I can because I want to get it passed. When I'm in the PA account, I am not going to trade full amount of contracts because I don't want to blow up my account. That'd be a huge waste of money. And I'm not saying it can't happen. What I am saying is that you at least want to be careful with it and trade the same style, just less size, right? So if I was trading with 2 contracts instead of 4, instead of being down $1,500, I've been down $750, which in the Apex eval would still blow up that account, right? But I'd at least have a much better chance of not doing that in 10, 15 minutes, whatever it's been. All right, so we're chopping here still. We're gonna wait for our trade outside of these levels here, I think. And once we get that, we should have ourselves a decent little move here. So rough start to the morning, but I think we have enough room enough candle movement to do some damage today. So we're gonna wait around and be patient, which is fine. Can you use the channel? Ron, yeah, good question. So I don't know when you asked that, but good question. You can use the channel line, the middle one, as the as support and resistance. Sometimes I'm not going to put a bunch of faith in it. Like, I know price will hold it from time to time, but a lot of times if we take off both the indicators for just a second, or just this one, a lot of times price slides right through it. And so anytime you have something like that, it can be very difficult to call it support or resistance because price is just dicing right back and forth, right? Where is VWAP right now? Kind of bouncing between. Okay. So I don't really, I won't go long when price hits it or go short when price hits it. I'll wait on that. But it's a good reference point, I would say. Like, the channel can act as support and resistance too, potentially. But I would say more importantly, it's just a good reference. Okay, I see where price is. It's kind of holding the channel line and we're going up. Like, this move right here, it was really nice. We had just a bunch of buying happening. And price kind of respected the middle line here. It really did right here. It respected the upper channel as well a little bit. But it's not going to be precise and accurate. And the job of it isn't to be a support or resistance line. But price it can definitely hold. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can get ourselves a decent trade. Let's see what we got. So price potentially pulling outside of our channel. Okay. So there's that. Let's see if price wants to pop up here for a second. And then go down. Let's see. All right. I was thinking about going sell right there. I don't know if I loved the trade at the time. That was a pretty good one though. We had enough room to make some money on that. Probably going sell up in here would have made sense, but what I'm kind of seeing is I want to find the next point of where price is going to hold here. Because there it goes. I was going to say, if this candle, and maybe we'll see, if this candle can't extend and get outside the channel in a significant way, we could have ourselves a nice little just downtrend. But I might want to wait for price to find new support before I take a short or even a long. So let's wait and see what price wants to do here. Okay. So maybe this is a push up here by price. Maybe it's not at all. We'll wait. And be patient. Okay. Okay, I don't really have a significant reference point for this candle just yet. Here's our 15, not a whole lot. The 15-minute looks pretty clear as far as where price wants to go. Have we hit a top? Maybe, but this candle hit a top, and then we had a pullback, and then this one launched up. So we'll see on that. Just be patient here and see. I don't know. I want to go long right here. I just don't know if I have the guts to do it. And I don't really have a great place for price to go. So I kind of see this candle could turn green, like go buy right there. I'm not sure where I would consider my price target. It wouldn't be up here as too high. That's 30 points away. And so what makes most sense to me would be price sloping down, popping up, and sloping back down. So where I went long, I don't even remember which candle it was. But I went long, I should have been looking for shorts here. And I think I'm going to look for the same thing on this candle right here. So this candle is going to stay red, I would assume. We'll see some selling. And then I'm probably going to wait for a pop and then get into this trade and go short. There it is. I'm going to go sell right there. Okay, 180, even. 200, 120. Okay. Okay, we'll take 500 bucks on that trade. 467 after commissions, it looks like in slippage. So much better start to this eval here. Seeing the charts a lot more clearly. Should have just been waiting for this to clear up. But that's what I was looking for. And so let's get the first model chart for just a second. I'll probably trade without the model on for right now, honestly. But what I'm looking for is just to find a common place for where buyers and sellers might agree that price is no longer going, right? So sellers stepping up here, buyers stepping up here, price breaks, pushes back up, price breaks down again, price holds here, pushes up, breaks back down. If we can get a green candle up in here somewhere, then I'd probably go short, probably right in there. But I'll wait. We'll see. I don't think I would get filled anyway. Much better trade there. We're about $1,000 off our eval passing. So much better. All right, so let's see what we got here. We have price really sloping down, which is great. So we do have maybe a bit of a trend, we could call it. We got the market, the Qs are up just a little bit. So market's still up for the day, but we could see a little bit of a pullback before we see price starting to make its next move. So let's look at this. All right, so there's price coming down. Okay. So we have the center line hold potentially on the 5-minute. Doesn't mean a whole lot to me, but it's there. We have potential support down here on the 10-minute chart on the channel, and then looks like the 15-minute is trying to head towards that 33 level. All right, so that means for us that we're just going to have to be patient and wait here. Now, the reason I'm not super aggressive on taking shorts on this thing is I do think price is going to come down. I do think that. I really do. What I'd like to see though is try to gain a little bit of edge, either by a nice pullback, which we haven't seen on this candle. We didn't see it here either, or here either. Or what I'd like to see is some buying step in somewhere. So some green candles step in right around here. Let price pull up, let price pull back down, and then we can continue that short. Right? That's what I'd be looking for. We basically have seen price reject and then break this level right there. We can call that a retest at that line right there, and then price shot down. So that's great. I would like to see something very similar. And so we're going to be patient here and just wait, because we only need a couple more trades here to really knock out this eval. One, but two, we don't need that many trades to be profitable on the day anyway. So let's wait, watch, and see what happens. Got 11 of you guys watching. Happy to have you guys a part of the live. If you haven't already, make sure that you like the live stream. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It would mean a lot to me. Nothing happens when you subscribe other than the fact that you might get notified when I post a couple of videos here and there. So that's all it's about. But yeah, trying to grow this channel, and we're getting some movement here. We're getting some movement. I would show you guys my analytics, but that's outside the scope of this live stream. But we are getting some folks to like some videos and comment, and it means a lot actually when you guys comment on anything that you see of mine. It makes a huge difference. So YouTube is tricky, and we're figuring it out one step at a time. All right, all right, all right, all right. So let's see. So we got this green candle right here. Now, again, I kind of think price might want to try and touch this again. We had decent support right there. We'll see. We'll see what price wants to do. If it can get close, and I would call that pretty damn close. If price can get close, then I'd be looking for this level up here to kind of be next, right there. If price can pop through it. If it can't, then we're clearly looking for sells in this range to come back down and maybe try and test this down here, right? Somewhere down here. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Price building up, fantastic. So that's awesome. Okay. All right, so let's see where the next point is. And now on this is where it can get a little tricky because we have had price go up, go back down, and then now we're kind of starting this back up. Like, could we see this thing go up like this? Like, is that what we're going to see potentially? And price is just done with this downward move? Or are we it's just getting a bunch of buyers to step in at this 32 level, and we're going to see some more selling? I'm not sure. I could definitely see this going longer though. I'm going to go long right there. So I'm going to be on the side of buyers for now. This is a bit of an aggressive trade again, but I'm going to be on the side of buyers and think that price is probably going to push its way up. And so let's see what happens here. Okay, I'm going to be quick on my exit though. So if we get some decent profit, I'll probably be out. If this thing goes down on me pretty quick, I'll get out as well. Let's see. Up 80, up 20. Okay, I think we're going to end with 80 bucks on that one. Just a little less. Oh, fudge. That was stupid. That was stupid. So price sat and then it ran and I got out too early. That happens. I'm not going to chase it. All right. So that sucked. All right. Where are we looking to see? Okay. So maybe up there, maybe down here potentially as well for some selling. We will certainly see. Now this is really strong price action here. We basically get this double bottom and price just runs. So that I like to see. That means we could probably look to start making some highs off of that 991 level. It looks like we might get that. I cannot believe I exited that trade literally 3 seconds too soon. It sat and it held, and I should have taken that as price is not looking to go down anymore. I should have stayed in that one. That stinks. All right, what's our 5 minute up to? Okay, so here's what a 5 minute looks like. Buyers push all the way through our center line. Ron, you were talking about that. Here's the 15-minute chart. Price hits our center line. Or on the 10-minute chart. On the 15, it just touches inside of our channel and then runs. So we can use these levels sometimes, like these channels, as support and resistance. I just don't think it's as accurate. One, I also don't think that it's going to be as strong as looking at what price action might have done. Oops. And so that's why I don't use it, because technically this could be resistance and we would just see price maybe trail back down, but maybe we're looking for longs here. So now what I'm looking for is, let's say this move continues. I don't know that it will, but let's say it does. Then I'm just looking for a couple candles like this and then enter when we get an next green candle and then to go long again. A couple candles like this and then to go long again. That's what I'm looking for. So buy tag pops in, the next candle I'm looking for to go long. Sell tag right here, looking to go short right here. Okay. So let's see what we have here. I'm just looking to take the next trade, the following trade off the tag. But if the tag gives me that next candle, I want to take that trade, assuming it fits what I'm seeing. All right, so I had a line up here before, but I think like this level right there looks pretty good as far as where price has been rejecting. So there, I'll call it right here too. And then we'll come and call that right there maybe as well. So we have a lot of resistance up here. I don't necessarily think prices are just going to touch this and run down. It could do a number of anything, but I'm keeping that in mind. Because if I see some selling, if I see like a big red candle right here, we might not get it. But let's say we do, it drops down. Then I'd be looking to maybe take price down to 69 potentially, or maybe even a little lower at 67, or maybe even a little lower than that, somewhere down here. So that's what I'd be looking for. I would see price rejected this high right here, and I might be looking for a nice little short. So price back inside the channel, price gets outside the channel, comes back in the channel. We'll see what we get here. See what we get here. Tough start to the morning. First couple trades. Now we're moving in the right direction here. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. So definitely have some price slowing down, that's for sure. But we have these nice big wicks, which means buyers continuously step in right here. Buying, buying, buying. We're seeing all that. I don't know if we have enough juice to get across some of these levels. Here we go. Okay, maybe. So we're touching this one. This is the next one we're testing, which is good. So we'll wait for that. Thanks, CJ. And then Ty. Yeah, I would still choose Top Step over Apex. The only thing that Top Step will hold you back on is like you just have to trade for a certain amount of days. I think Apex putting a cap on your payouts is kind of silly. I understand maybe why they would do it as a business, but like for trading purposes, I just don't get it. Like why you would like let's say like I'll pass all of these 25K evals and never activate them. I just like doing it just to prove that I can knock these out in a day or so. But why would I trade a $25,000 account and then only take a payout of 1,500 bucks after 8 days of trading, right? Basically after 2 weeks, and I have to make sure that I'm profitable by 100 bucks at least 5 times. It just doesn't feel right to me. It's just not really my thing. So I would just choose Top Step. Now Top Step will cap you at $5,000 per account, but that's you have to have $10,000 of profits in order for that to be a problem. And most of you guys won't because you'll take all of your payout that you can every time you're eligible to get a payout. So I personally would prefer Top Step just because the payouts are much simpler. There's also no consistency rule where let's say let's say we catch this massive candle right here and price just runs up, right? And we make 500 bucks in this account. Well, we would need a significant profit the rest of the days in our Apex account to make sure that we don't like go over that drawdown or that consistency rule. That doesn't exist with Top Step, but it does with Apex. All right, so this price crashing back down. I kind of like a long right here. I'm gonna go long right there. This is super aggressive. I don't even know if I'm in love with this position just yet. I just think that price is going to try and drop down here and then pop and run. Let's see, it's 140, 100 bucks, 80 bucks, 60. 280, 320. Looks like 320 on that one. Okay. So we're up 740 in this account. I was up 500 bucks on that trade and we didn't capture it. So definitely had some room there that we could have grabbed, but fine. Just jot that down to make sure I keep an eye on that. All right. So now we have some selling. This is quite interesting here. All right. So we have, and this is, whoa. All right. So my read on that trade was not very good. In fact, if I didn't exit when I did, I'd probably end up losing that trade big time and maybe even blowing this account based on this candle right here. So a good trade because I got in when price was low and then it ran up. That's textbook, right? Then we have this huge pushback. Now, this is the kind of trade. All right, so this candle, let's say this is red, obviously, that we have a seller right there. Let's say this candle goes green. This next candle I'd be looking to go long on because I'm seeing price basically hold down here. Okay, now if this candle stays red, then we got a different issue on our hands, which is price is probably going to try and get itself down to here. This is where we've touched a couple times. So let's see what price wants to do here, and then we'll play that by ear. Okay. So there's the pop, and I kind of like a short end of this thing. I'm not going to take it, but I like it. I'm not going to take it, but I like it. I'd probably be wrong. That's why I didn't take it, but I like it. All right, so let's see what we got here. So right there, looks like price is looking to, that's our peak. Price blows through it. Now, it doesn't matter if it blows through it, it has to hold it. And if it does, looks like it might, then we might have ourselves a new long position to go ahead and take. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Okay. So price is holding that, it looks like. At least it's trying to. Got how many of you guys are watching? I don't even know. Got 13 of you guys watching. Really happy to have you guys here. If you can, make sure you like the live stream. Hit the like button. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. All right, so now I'm looking for a long here. I want to see price reverse down, but I'm looking for a long. Let's see. That's oh, bad fill, but I think that was all we're gonna get anyway. Let's see. Okay, there's 60, 40. Okay, whoa. All right, let's get back on my profit here, it looks like. So entered way too soon on that one, and very, very easy to avoid by just waiting a couple seconds. I thought price was gonna pop, and I didn't want to miss it. Now I gotta deal with some drawdown issues. All right, which I didn't think I was gonna have. 280, 280, 260. Okay. Let's see if price wants to go even and go higher here or no. Because we are, I think we're sitting close to, if not at all-time highs. Okay, we're up 120, 140. We'll take two. Well, I think we're 300 bucks on that one. Oh, I had a little more on that juice too. All right, so we're up 1,000 bucks in this. Oh, we could have closed this eval down. That stinks. Oh man, that's the second time I've done that. All right. Well, now we're gonna wait. So huge drawdown here on this right here. This candle, we had what 6 points of draw, 6.5 points of drawdown right there. That's a lot more than I was anticipating. And so I could have been in lower, and that would have probably given me the chance to get out with a lot more profit. But we'll wait and see. So now we have price. We see what we got here. We have price, and I should have seen this. Like I should have just seen that wick test coming, and I didn't. Which is price pushes up here, pulls back, price launches up. This candle goes back and touches the previous wick right here, and then launches. So I caught the trade, although my entry was just way up here. And so I should have waited a little bit longer. Time that went out a little better, and I could have had myself a decent trade. All right, so let's look at the 5 minute. Are we back to all-time highs? I believe we are. So this is pretty sweet, right? Pretty cool that we're back at all-time highs. This is the second day in a row. Friday we had that, and then, or is this Sunday? Yeah, Friday, and then we had Thursday too. So really cool, really, really cool. This is Wednesday, sorry, Wednesday. All right. So one thing about the predictive model is we are certainly going to have a prediction, even though there are all-time highs. All right. That's the beauty of this system is we do get the chance to see price and get a forecast, even though we've historically never been at this range. All right. So really, really neat there. Just keep waiting and watching. Now, based on price action, it looks like maybe we're seeing, we're seeing like this. So we can see price touch this and run. I'm not necessarily sure just yet. So we'll wait. We'll certainly wait. Okay, so ATR still at 12. It's good. Which really is just responding off of this candle, these two candles right here. Those are huge. This one was pretty big too. That was huge, 12 points as well. All right, so let's see what price wants to do here. Now I'm probably going to sit out taking a long for just a moment because what we had last time on we had this on Friday a bit. We had it on I think Wednesday a little bit as well, where we had price make a new all-time high. Okay, up here, this is the new all-timest high of all time right there. Let's just mark it so we have it. Okay, boom. All right, so $22,024, 25 cents is our all-time high. We'll see price pull back a little bit, right? And then maybe we'll get another curl back up. So we're definitely going to see price do something like this. And now how deep this thing goes, right? If it goes here and then just goes here, if it like goes like sideways and then goes back up, I don't know. Like that's not what I'm going to predict. What I am thinking is that I probably want to see price maybe head back into our channel a bit. And really this candle right here was a decent opportunity for me to get that done. I could have captured that, got into the open, been up 4 or 5 points, and been up, call it a day, $500 at 4 points is pretty easy. But 4, yeah. 8 times 2, yeah. All right. So let's wait, watch, and see. 80 times 4, 320. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got. Price pulling back. Good. Now I'm looking at maybe this being my next target. So let's see if we can get price to pop here. And then if we could have, I would have taken a short, but we didn't. The reason I don't like to jump in at the candle as soon as it opens is I like to see it pull back a little bit. Now you guys saw that, like, let me mark this level because I think this is the next one. Um, you guys saw that I entered this candle right here and was way too soon, right? Now I did get on a pullback a little bit, like a decent amount. Damn, I called that. Damn, I should have taken that trade. Not that I would have held to this point anyway, but damn, we could have been done with our eval. That's fine. It's fine. We're not going to sweat it. But I entered on this little mini pullback right here, and I should have waited a little bit longer, and then price would have given me what I was looking for, and then we could have made a lot more money on that trade. All right. So here's price. Now this is what I'm waiting on. Okay, is price touches here. Does this candle turn green? If it does, I think I'm looking for a long here on this next candle. Let me see. Okay, we go buy right there. This is a bit of an aggressive one. We're going to see how price wants to respond here. But I think I like this spot where price rejected this low all the way down here. And now we're going to let it run and see what it wants to do here. So we're up, even, down. Okay. Well, we're not getting any movement here at all. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, we're back down to 4, back down to basically 5. Okay, I should have seen that coming too, and I didn't. Okay, well that's annoying. All right, so I'll put that one back on there. Damn it, because I was probably in the right spot, and I should have. The reason I held that one a little longer is because if I held this one, or maybe it was this one. Had I held this one a little longer, we'd have got an explosion up. Okay, fair enough. All right, so we have price. Okay, now let me show you guys what I'm seeing here, and you guys let me know if I'm seeing it the way you see it. Here, basically, is what I'm seeing. Okay, and I see price makes a new all-time high. Great. It pushes down. Buyers step in down here. So I'm thinking price is going to continue up. It doesn't. Actually, sellers step in on the next candle right here, and price flies back down. So now I'm kind of thinking that price is ready to settle down a little bit, and maybe we can start to see ourselves have a nice push down beyond this level right here. So let's wait and see what this one wants to do here. See if we can get price extend a little higher first. If not, then we're going to come down. There it goes. Okay. So buyers are really holding this level, at least they were, and now we're flying through it. Okay. I could have pushed sell right there and been really right, but we didn't. All right, so let's see if we can get price to maybe get up in here potentially, like down to this 991 level. We'll see. We shall see. Really disappointing that we had that big loss right there because I could have just gotten out at 40 bucks, eaten the commissions, and then called it a day, but we didn't. And so now we have to deal with getting back to where we were before, which we have to chase where we were, which I don't like doing. All right. So, okay. Let's see. All right. I'm going to sell that right there. This is super aggressive. I think price is popping up, and I think we're going to get a decent little pullback here. Let's see. I could be wrong here, but I think I'm right. We'll take 260 on that. back up to 785, almost 800 bucks on the day. This thing could keep going. Not sure, but I thought price extended itself a little bit too far. We kind of touched previous high. I should have gotten in right here. Oh, that'd have been a much better trade. We'll see what price wants to do here. So I'm seeing this right there. I'm seeing that. Let's see. I'm seeing this though. I see that too. All right, so we're gonna agree. Everybody's gonna agree. We're not gonna trade this 205, this 194 to 2005 level, 22,005 level. Sorry. All right, once price breaks through it, and then of course we will take the next trade. Which this is what I'd like to see, honestly. Is I would like to see like something like this, which it looks more like that, I guess. I need to redraw that, huh? All right, it would look more like this. So outside of that one, you would see price kind of sloping down here. We get a nice push up on price. Boom, touches up here, rolls back down. I'd be cool with that. I'd be cool with price coming down here and then exploding through, and I'd be taking a short. I'd be really cool with that. Let's see. But if we don't, then the other side of this thing is that price is going to hold this level right here, which it's done twice now, basically. That right there. And then also that right there. So we got sellers stepping in, super strong support. And now we've got back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So to me, probably not looking to trade this. Yeah, good thing I didn't go short. It blew my account for no reason. So we're back in that same zone as we were before. Now this lets me know that price is holding strong as hell down there. We're seeing buyers right here. We're gonna have another buyer's tag right here. We're seeing buyers step in right at this level right there every time. They're coming back and they're saying we're not going below that. Basically, it's trying to stay above 22,000. I don't know that that's gonna happen, but we're not going lower than 993. Then we've had sellers step in every time price has gotten right there. So we're not going above 22,005 either. So nice little waiting game we have on our hands. We'll sit back and do nothing best we can. See what we got. Hey, awesome work, Misty. Off to work. See ya. Great and awesome job this AM. Fantastic. Good for you. Okay. Good job, Miss G. Let's go to, we're still chilling, waiting on that level to figure itself out. Okay, so we got price building up here, it looks like. I'm cool with that. Let's see. We still haven't had price really hold outside of these levels. Now, if we do get that, then I'd be looking for a long up here, which would be fine. Maybe back up into here at 22,014 level. I got my ATR sloping down, so we're at about 10, 9, 10, which is fine. 5 minutes says that maybe we're done going down. 5 minute kind of says we're going to be continuing to go down. I see that. That easy slope down. I see that. 10 minutes says we're flat. 15 minutes says that was a hiccup and we're, ooh. Okay. So let's wait and see. I guess the 15 minute and the yeah, it's just a 1 minute candle. That's actually really funny. I love when that happens. I'm not gonna take a sell right here, although I do like it, like a sell, boom, and go short. The price may be down here. Oh man, it's tempting me. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to trade inside the zone. Because if I lose this trade, I'd be pissed. I even did that. But when the higher time frame has been open for like the same time as a 1 minute candle, and it looks like it's moving crazy, I love when that happens. But all right, let's get ourselves right here. Whoops. Okay. The good thing I didn't go short. I actually do kind of like buyers stepping in right here, and we're building up, building up. We've had a bottom right here, build up, build up. I think I like a long right here. We got to see price really hold and maybe even pop, but I do like up to this. Oh, we'll just see, man. We will just see. I'm not convinced. Okay. I'm just not convinced. Even though that's a huge drawback, a drawdown, which is boom, long, but not convinced. This is a super strong area. This is like perfect. Because we know that regardless of what happens next, price is going to make a move and it's going to leave like our zone here, right? Close everything down. We know price is going to get out of this zone at some point. And I can continue drawing the box. It's really more like this, right? We know we're going to get price to leave. We just got to wait for it to happen. And so, as tempting as any one of these particular trades looks, we just got to wait because all these look great. This whole thing looks great. So, we'll see. Okay. I'll just keep our screen like this for now because I don't really care to look at anything that's not price leaving this box. Awesome work, Misty. All right. Happy to have all you guys here. Got 10, I think, of you guys watching. Happy to have it. If you haven't already, make sure that you like the live stream and subscribe to the channel. Again, subscribing doesn't really do anything other than notify you when videos get posted that you might like. One thing about YouTube too is they do a really good job of showing you things that you might like as well. And so the more things that you subscribe to that you like, the better that your recommended new things are going to be. All right, so we got price maybe breaking out right here. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Maybe. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have a new low right here. And so again, we're just gonna wait. We have this, we had seller step in and push price just a little further down. Then we had buyers immediately jump back in and push price back up. So it kind of looked like we had a push down here, but we really didn't. I think I have to sneeze. So let's see. Or not, it is going. Okay, so we'll just wait around for this. So it looks like really the idea is that price wants to stay pretty much at that 22,000 level. Like this kind of feels like the average, maybe even a little bit lower. Like this kind of feels like the average purchase price of these candles right here. Doesn't look like price really wants to go above or below that. Like I see this as being a nice little short position we could take, but like look where it's rejecting. It's not doing anything significant. I'm not going to be the first person into this trade. And although price could potentially bust through here and go down, I really just don't want to be a part of this where I know buyers are stepping in. So let's see. Right here, we kind of have a next little support, but then like we've seen resistance here, so that's not unusual. We'll just wait. There it goes. There it goes. I just don't want to be in a trade where this is the case. We have these massive wicks because the thing about those huge wicks that you just saw, these moves look very convincing while they are open, and that's why you have to wait for them to close. Like this candle just has a huge wick, and it looked like price was going to fly down, and we'd have ourselves a nice downtrend. It didn't look like price was done going down and going to go up and erase all this, and it didn't do that either. And so we'll just wait, be patient. Here's our 5-minute chart, 10 and 15. Daily chart looks like that. So that's cool. So now we're just gonna wait. But it does appear that we are starting to slope down a little bit, right? That does look like it's kind of about that time. So let's see. This is kind of what I see from top to top. One top to the next, the next, to the next, to the next. Now I'm not going to trade off of this, as in like I'm going to go ahead and take a trade if price gets up here. I don't really want to do that, but I am just seeing that okay, if I'm taking the long, it's going to have to buck this trend that's been occurring. Price up, sideways, which we knew we'd get, and then now we're going to go down. So let's see. Okay, see what it is that we have. Oh wait, I really gotta sneeze. That's probably super loud. Sorry, my mic. I forgot my mic's right there. Sorry, my bad. All right. So low. Okay. It's price. I think a short right there would be appropriate. Let's see how appropriate it wouldn't be. So I said right here, 99. Yeah, right there. Yeah, that would not be appropriate. So man, every time we start to make these little sloping lows, and you can see the channel as well start to really slope down. We can see that too, you know. We're starting to see kind of like this is kind of what it's looking like. You know, this is kind of what it's looking like. We're starting to kind of see that. And so I do think price is going to come down here. But what I don't want to do is be the first one to this trade. You got buyers stepping in here, here, here. So buyers are stepping in at lower and lower prices, which means they're accepting lower and lower prices, which really means that we're probably sloping down here. It's not going to be pretty, which means we're not going to trade it. We would like to see very clean price action, right? These two candles right here are perfect. This one right here, I lost on, but I should have been in a short right there, like easily. Just what? Potential long right there? No, we'll see. Okay, so we have sellers willing to pay less and less, right? Because they're sloping down, or buyers are willing to pay more and more. So we're definitely having ourselves a nice little, downtrend moment. It just isn't opening up for us. We're not getting that uncorking of price that we'd like to see. That really makes this whole thing fun, right? Which is this and then this. We want to see like this is kind of what we're seeing right here, just ugly, 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 all the way through. Maybe there's a couple opportunities, but not really. But then boom, we get price to really take off up here. Like we're kind of getting this just melt up, not a whole lot of edge there we can build with our trades. And there goes price. All right, so let's see. Let's see if buyers can be resilient here and be willing to pay, because it looks like sellers are pushing price down. As we can see, all these sell tags starting to kind of look like they're stepping down, but the buying tags are too. So let's see if this next we'll see what this next buyer tag wants to do. If it's going to get a red candle, and then if it's up, we can go for a long. We'll see. I'm not convinced either way yet. How's everybody else's morning so far? It's kind of chilly in the house. I need to go turn it up. Unfortunately, the thermostat is on my phone, and my phone is our camera. So we're going to have to wait for a second to get that fixed. Okay. Boom. That's awesome. These are way faster. That is so sick. Had another trader today make 1,300 bucks. Blade, and he's probably not on the live stream, but he definitely just is he's out watching. So that's great. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Put that on my notes actually really fast. Okay. All right. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is, okay, price potentially, so sellers right here. Okay. So price, little double top right there. Double top right there. Um, so that's neat. We'll see if that can give us anything, any clues or hints to where price wants to go. And let's see. Let's see. Now here's how I'm reading this is I see sellers are now, so here's the thing is buyers were willing to buy at these like lower prices, so they're considering this still a deal. But sellers are also doing the same thing, which is we're willing to sell up here, we're willing to sell down here as well, but we're also willing to sell up here. So we really have this deadlocking of price in between these levels right here. And we're just gonna have to wait and see. And really, the level is like there. This is the last time that price really threatened. So huge gap, about 30 points or so of movement that we're gonna need to see one way or the other before we get a nice move here. So it's gonna take some patience, but we'll be here to watch it and see what happens next. We will be here to watch it. So even though some of this price action does look pretty smooth, like this and then down to here, and then this could even be a sell down into there, it's not really what I'm looking for. I like to see price range a little bit larger before we would trade something like that. And again, we're not looking for 15,000 trades. We're just looking for a couple to make us nice and profitable on the day. Let's see. Okay. All right. Oh, what did I do? Okay. Okay. Let's see where buyers want to step in, if they're going to step in at all. Okay. I don't know. I just said it, so might not be the best thing to say here, but kind of seeing I like buying right here. All right, so I have buyers down here. Let's assume this candle stays green. Fair. Buyers right here, sellers up top. Now I get buyers, I get selling to commence down here, but then I get this nice little maybe potential trend line back up for price. I kind of like this position. Are we going to go back to all-time highs? I don't know. But I like the fact that buyers stepped in at a higher price, which means this is aggressive, right? Higher price, you're willing to buy and stop this thing from going down. That's very aggressive. I kind of like it. Let's see if we can get ourselves a pullback. Maybe we can go long right here. I don't know how big of a pullback I'm looking for just yet. Looks about right. Hello. Phil wasn't the greatest, but let's see what we got here. Plus 80. Let's see. 180, 200, 160. Okay, we had a chance to get out profitable. Let's see what we got here. Okay. All right, so 180. Let's see what we have. 240. I still think price is going to go up. I just don't know when it's going to go up. So let's see if we can get out of this one at even, and we'll take our losses. All right, 60 bucks on that one, I think. Yep. Now let's see if that thing wanted to go up a little bit further or not. Okay, so good trade. We just didn't get it. We didn't get the price action at the time I wanted it. Let's take off the chart for just a second. All right. So, and we still really haven't gotten what I thought was going to happen either. At least not yet. This candle probably will do it. But what I thought we would get, let's just close that one down for just a second, is that here, beach. All right. So what what I thought would happen, and I think my entry was pretty good. Whoa, okay, I take back my anger. Um, entry was pretty good there. What ended up happening on this trade here was we had price pull back. It ran up. We were up about 200 bucks or so, 220 maybe. I thought we would just like I thought we would do this. Boom, just give me another like 4 to 5 points. I thought that was what was going to happen. It didn't. In fact, it paused. And so now we have price definitely willing to go up to this point, and even up to here potentially, but then really pull back. So sellers step in right here. And so we're still seeing that like we're going to see where the next buyers step in, but I have a feeling it's going to be way up here, right? I have a feeling that we're going to get another buy tag way up here, which just means that buyers are like holding this entire region. I don't really know how else to show you guys this than just to say like buyers have been willing to buy everything in here, okay? And sellers have been willing to sell everything outside of this thing, but buyers have been willing to sell or buy up everything inside of here, especially down at these lower levels here, right? This lower half. And so quite interesting as far as what we're seeing between buyers and sellers. That wasn't even a bad trade. We actually were down just as much as we were up at one point. So good drawdown trade on that one, as far as like evenness, but definitely had a chance to do a little bit more. So we're up 833 in this account. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so there goes buying, maybe some potential buying. And I'm going to put that level back up there because I think I see price trying to threaten. We're 10 points away, so not far. But I do see price threatening, so let's give it a second. Let's see what we get. I cannot believe that I got out of that one trade too soon. That was just obnoxious. Okay. All right. There goes price. We're pushing. Okay. Okay, there goes price. Got some buying. Now I'm not gung ho on this one yet. Reason for it is I didn't get a pullback, which this is that could have been it right there. I didn't get it, and so I'm not necessarily looking for price to maybe push beyond this. I'm not looking for this trade just yet, I guess. There's a new all-time high, so that's good. So at this point, now I'd be looking to maybe go for another long here. I guess I didn't like this trade, and I probably should have liked it a lot more. I just saw that price rejected this level right here, and I thought we would probably get a pushback, and we kind of did. It just hit there, and then this was a pullback. So in total, about 4, 5 points, and then boom, rocket. So that wasn't what I was anticipating. All right. So now we're in uncharted territory, which just means that we could see price go higher. I would need to see a huge pullback first for me to take this trade. So maybe even like down into here, maybe, or maybe even down into there at that 20 level, and maybe even a little lower. So I would go buy 4 at 22,019. I would take that, and probably more like 2020. Some of you guys call this a fair value gap. I would call it more a wick test. Same thing, I guess. But I would like to see price pull back into this first before I go long. Now that we're truly at new all-time highs, so again, making history, right? Crack the books open. I would want to wait to see what happens first before I'm ready to commit to this position. We're about 700 bucks away, so I could easily be one, maybe even like 2 trades. Okay. We go ahead and get that buy order off of that, and we're going to wait and see what happens next. I kind of like going short right here. I don't have enough from price just yet, and I really don't want to go against this monstrous uptrend that we're seeing, right? Like price is just up big. I don't want to go against that, but man, I kind of like it. All right, so there's selling. So seller stepped in right here, right there. Let's see what happens next. So we've seen sellers way up here and way up here. So we got a lot of market doubters. but we also have an insane amount of market buyers. So buying, right there. That is nuts, right? You just don't typically see stuff like that. All right, so boom, that's a rocket ship of price. Pull back. Let's see if we can get ourselves another long position up here. Let's see what we got. Since we're way extended, let's see. I look for a pullback and I look for another chance to go long. Okay. Wait for the pullback. That was it, wasn't it? If that was it, then that's fine. I wasn't committed to that. 2 points wasn't going to be it wasn't going to be it. This thing might take off. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying that the pullback I was looking for was probably going to be a little more dramatic, and I didn't get it, so I'm going to wait. I do know that there will be selling that occurs. I know there will be selling that will occur, and so we'll be there for that. And then I do know that there will be more buying that will occur as well. All right, let's see if there's a hard cap at price right here. Let's see if that's the case. Let's make that a little more accurate, shall we? All right. Okay. Let's see. Nope. Price doesn't care. There it goes. Okay. New all-time high. All-time high. Trading all-time highs can be difficult because naturally your brain says prices are going to come back down. But the thing about all-time highs is that everybody is aware of it, and the people who like really drive the market, like when you have momentum, you want to capitalize on that momentum. So when I worked at one of the big financial firms, you guys would all know the name of it, and we had our traders who would buy and sell. Truly, it didn't matter when we got into positions, and these are hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billion-dollar positions that they would take in specific sectors or just overall in the indexes. It didn't matter when they got in, as long as they believed. I'm going to go short right there. I'm going to sell right there. Up 20, up 60, up 80, up 40. I think I had my chance. I think that was my chance. We'll take 160 on that. That should put us up just about 1,000, 940. We're getting to that point where I'm gonna maybe need to order another computer and just put up Tradovate next to my, because the freezing of candles is kind of annoying to me and it's not necessarily doing me the best. Anyway, um, going back to what I was saying, so we have buyers stepping at the same level right here, by the way. So we kind of have a new consolidation area right there, and kind of in right here too. So let's see. Now, I don't know if I like this trade, but we'll see. Okay, so when these big institutions, when they make their orders, are they looking for the best price? Yeah, but they're also following like market sentiment and what they like ultimately believe. And so you go to any big financial firm, outside of anybody who's like a specific hedge fund, and those companies don't have the type of money we're talking about right here. We're talking about billions of dollars. When you have these institutions making purchases, they're not looking like for these scalping positions to like buy. Like if price can get down to 21,988, we're going to buy. It's an overall thesis that we probably have the Fed lowering rates on Wednesday. We have inflation at least even. It could be going up, but at least it's even for right now. We have unemployment looking really good. There's no reason for us not to be in the market, right? That's how these companies and these firms see these things. And so when you have all-time highs, yes, you've got people willing to step in and push price down, of course. But what you also have is just money being plowed into the market, because we're not pricing for what is going on today. We're pricing for what's going on in the future. The market is a leading indicator, not lagging. And so if we're at all-time highs, what we're probably calling for is prosperity in the economy. Some of you guys can argue with me on that, but I would point you back to the screen and say we're at all-time highs. This is the best the market's ever been. We probably are looking for a continuance of economic strength and growth, right? So a lot of reasons to be optimistic because the market's really high. Point is that when you get the market up like this, you can easily see hundreds of millions, billions of dollars being piled in and price flying up. So don't necessarily take it in your brain that like we're at all-time highs, we got to come back down. Like, yeah, for sure. But every person who's ever doubted an all-time high up until today has been wrong, if that makes sense. So just keep that in mind. This looks like a beautiful time to maybe go short. I'm not going to take that position just yet, but it looks like it. So give me this yellow line right there. We just haven't really gotten price to uncork just yet. Again, we're up $1,000 in this account, or 940 to be exact, for commissions. And we really had this move right here. That was it. We had this little bit of stuff. We had this little push right here, but not a lot. We really, this was clean price action. You guys seen that. But then they had this, boom, buyers, boom, and then we're good to go. So anyway, but we'll wait and see what happens. If you guys have questions, put them in the comments. I don't even know if you guys can even hear me. I haven't even been looking at the chat. So let me know. But yeah, if you guys have questions and comments, shoot them over to me. If you haven't already, like the live stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're doing some good work here, I think. So we'll keep it going. Keep it going. All right. I like a long right there. Not to trade, but just to mentally gamble on. That's about right. Boom, boom. Yep, that's about right. All right, ATR cannot be that high. So we're sitting at 9.3. So still enough movement for us to do some significant damage both ways in our account. But let's see what we have here. All right, so we have price bounces outside of our channel, reverts back into the channel, which is a common thing. That's how price operates. We're going to get outside and go back in, outside, go back in, outside, back in, outside, back in. We're at outside, back in. We're going to see this continuously. So that's something to keep your eye on. But now here's what I've got. I've got buyers down here. I've got sellers up here. And I'm just seeing kind of we've extended it, right? But we're seeing these positions being built where sellers. We're seeing every time price wants to pop and try to hold something, we have new selling coming in. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this candle took us down and the next one took us even further, to which I might be a part of that one. Let's see what this candle wants to do, and we'll play off of that. We will play off of that. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here, folks. 15-minute chart. Turn them on. Okay, the 15-minute chart must be the first minute of the. It's always so funny to me. I'm like, oh, 15-minute chart's really consolidating. No, it's just the first minute of that is the same as a 1-minute chart. Anyway, all right. So 15-minute chart kind of tells the story, doesn't it? Like we've got price, we have sellers up here, sellers here, but we have price just running. We have some selling down here, but boom, buyer step in, seller step in here, buyer step in up there. So we're gonna see what this candle wants to do. I don't know how much or how likely we are to get new all-time highs just yet, but I mean, can't doubt it because we've seen it multiple times. Here's the 5-minute. Price is bouncing right here at our support, and it's rejecting this previous all-time high level, at least it's trying to. And then from there, we'll see what we can get. So it looks like a decent trade there. 1-minute chart tells me that maybe price is done going down. So buyers stepped in here, here, and then down here. Now buyers are willing to step in at lower prices. It looks like we could get buyers to step in, right? Like that could be the case right here as well. Buyers stepping in at these lower prices. If that's the case, then we could see ourselves pushing up a little bit higher again, maybe getting back up to the top of our zone, which would be from right now 4 points, but previously it was like six or eight. So let's see what we get here. I don't know if I want to see an all-time high touch. I would love to see that. I don't know if we're gonna get it, but let's see. Because I think I would go long on this thing, seeing as what price has done. Buy, all these wicks on here. Purchases. Let's see what this candle wants to give me. Let's see if we can go long. I need to pull back first. I look to go long. There it is. Ooh, I got from click to fill was pretty good. I just missed the actual entry. All right, so minus 80, minus 160. Maybe not the cleanest of trades. Up 40, even down 40, down 80. Okay. Plus 80. That could have been it. Yep. Let's see. Man, okay, 360 on that one. Shit. All right, so I saw price pop and I should have known that that was going to be it. The lessons I've learned that way. All right, so we're up 650 on the account right now. So a little less than we were before. Okay, so now we have some selling that's probably going to occur right in here. So we have this top forming, but then we have this bottom. So now we have our new no trade zone, which is really just consolidated down into this, which that's annoying. Because we had a chance to get out. I mean, $80 wasn't what I was looking for. So nothing to really be upset about. Ooh, that could have been an easy sell. Nothing to really be upset about on that trade, other than the fact that we had a chance, and I kind of had a feeling we should get out, but we whatever, get the hole sometimes. But that one was tricky. And let's see if we just need to see one candle or so before. Yeah. I knew longs made sense. I just 1 minute too soon. And I wasn't willing to accept whatever drawdown that was. And that's only because I'm trading with a lot of contracts. If I have less contracts, then I can probably hold some of these positions a little bit longer. But that's not really my style. I really don't like to go light, especially with these evals. And so if I can, I want to be as accurate as I possibly can with as much money as I possibly can. Ultimately, I think that builds the best skill. I can always leverage down and hold longer and probably be correct. But that's not the way I want to play it. All right, so all-time highs we made. I think we're going to get another candle here. Let's see. Get a pullback here. I'm going to wait for a decent little pullback here. Okay, I went long right there. 120. Okay, we'll take 460 on that one. I think I have a feeling that this one could be, yeah. Okay. All right. Puts us back up. So now we're up 1,100 bucks on the day. So we're back to we gave up some money on that previous trade. We made it back on this trade. So really good trade there. We just dang. I wish we hadn't missed that last one. Save some capital because then we could have been done with this bad boy. All right. So solid trading today and this morning. Let's see if that could have been a chance to sell right here. Being the guy that good work, Ty. Great work, Ty. That's freaking sick. Freaking sick. Ty, I wish you'd change your name and just make it your name so people know who I'm talking about in the chat. But it's fine. Nice, dude. 1423 on the day. That's fire. Great work. Awesome job. That is great. That is fantastic. Key to the game is consistency. Realize what we have here today. Bro, you're out of control. We had a really good move. We had a lot of really good moves today, but we had the ATR be quite high. Even if the ATR is low, we can still catch trades. But now, like, what we're trying to keep an eye on is just where buyers and sellers are trying to step in and how we can play off of that. So I got buyers stepping in right here. That looks like a long to me. I don't want to take it, but that looks like a long position to me. And let's see. All right, so we had buyers. I kind of thought my entry would be somewhere in here. So I'm up 2 points, so 160. Let's see how this thing finishes out. Yeah, nothing to write home about. Probably a break even / lose on commissions. So I was right not to get into it, but it looked decent. All right. So every time we make a new high, we basically have 1 or 2 candles, and then we have seller step in. And then depending on how strong that step in is, we have basically 1 or 2 candles that continue that motion. So let's see if let's see what happens here. Um, this looks pretty strong. Yeah, looks really strong. So let's see if we can get whoa. Let's see if we can get a pullback here and then go short on this next candle here. I'm gonna wait for a decent little pullback first. Goes, oh, horrid fill. I'm gonna need price to really move for me to even get even on this thing. I might have to accept my fate on this one. I should have known better. Okay. Let's close out of that one. Minus $100 on that one. Oh, I had a chance to be up $100, didn't take it. I kind of thought we'd get a stutter step and then price would come down. Didn't happen. That's fine. That's fine. All right, so we have buyer step in right here. We really held that super strong, really good hold right there of price. So nice push down, boom, price bottoms out. And really the trade probably should have been looking for along off of this. We get one egregious candle and typically we get a reversal right after that. Big up, down, big down, up. So could have seen that a little bit differently. That's okay. So we're up 983 on this account. I'll be patient with it. Yeah, just for you, Ty. You're hilarious. Great work today, buddy. That's awesome. That is freaking sweet. That is sweet. And Ty, walk me through it. How many contracts were you trading in that account? Trading NQ, I assume. 1 minute chart, I assume. Walk me through that. Okay. Okay. Kind of seeing this a little bit. All right. Excuse me. Holy cow. Excuse me. Okay, sellers, okay, stepping in. That's good. All right, so we've had sellers. I could have seen this move happen from a mile away. We've had a bunch of we have price get up here multiple times, and every time it did, we had sellers really step in, and we had basically the same price action. And then we've had price basically hold down here, roughly. Really, it was like down there. But we've had price basically hold right here. So we're just going like blow for blow back and forth in this region. It kind of looks like we're going to see price come down a little bit, but I could be wrong, and I'm not going to trade that theory. I'm just going to wait and let price come to me, and then I will make a determination from there. Okay. Doing good battery wise, I think. Okay. Let's see what we got. Man, my nose has been just up. Who knows what? No pun intended. I have the worst allergies when it comes to dogs and cats. Like horrifically bad allergies. Mainly dogs, but cats too, but mostly about dogs. So I take Zyrtec. Like usually when I before I go somewhere, if I know there's gonna be a dog or a cat or something, and that shit puts me on my ass. Like it might as well be called fall asleep. Like you can't have allergies if you're unconscious. Like it just knocks me out. So it takes like a day or two for me to like get over that. It's the strangest thing. I feel like terrible. I'm like, am I getting sick? It's not that. I just Zyrtec is really beating my ass, is what that is. And so, all right, we got buyers stepping at the same level. Boom, boom. So a nice little pullback trade on this one would have been sick. Price closed here, pulled all the way back here, boom, launch and go. That's a trade that I could have seen, and I probably should have seen because we had that same trade happen almost once, twice, three times, four times. This would be the fifth time that thing happened. So definitely had a chance to take care of that, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Right to change. Brennan, if you're on the live stream, I just sent you a message. I just texted you. Respond to my text. How do you close? Yeah, I followed mostly. Oh, Ty, you changed it. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, two the other quick trades. Scalps you didn't take, but two contracts each. I think I traded three once. I was up 10 seconds. So two mainly. Awesome work, Ty. That's sick. Ron, you said, how do I close trades so fast? Ron, like when I go into a trade, I have an idea of what my max drawdown is and what I'm willing to accept as a loss. Usually it's a little more as I have profit in the account and a little less as I'm getting started / if I've taken a losing trade first or early. That's number one. The second thing is if I see price, when you get into a trade, you know one of like three things. This is a terrible trade. I need to be out of it. This is a good trade that's going to work out, or this thing isn't doing exactly what I thought it was going to do. And typically, if you get into a trade and you're like, it's not doing what I thought it's going to do, you should get out. And if you get into a trade and you think this is a bad trade, then you should get out. If you're thinking, you know what, I'm in this trade and I want to hold it for a little longer, then what I would say is just go onto a 5-minute chart or a 10-minute chart or a 15-minute chart and force yourself to just trade one candle at a time. And what that's going to do is make you hold these trades longer, but you'll also have more time to see if your theory was correct, right? If you're trading on a 1-minute chart and you're going candle by candle by candle, it can get really hectic really fast. And so if you're on a 1-minute chart and you're like, I'm holding my losers, you probably still could be correct. Just the amount of time that you're giving these trades isn't enough. Now I am trading one candle at a time. That's my game. That's what I want to do. That's what I think I'm good at. But it could help you to maybe go on a higher time frame and just trade that higher time frame with less leverage. So maybe 1 or 2 contracts instead of 3 or 4 or 5, and use that as your reference. Maybe just one contract, and then you can average in if it's going against you, but you still believe it's a good trade. But what I would say more importantly is if price doesn't do what you think it's going to do, then you just need to get out. And that doesn't mean that like you get into a trade and there's like no drawdown. There are rarely any trades that you have that have no drawdown. It feels like a long to me. It really does. I don't really want to take it, but it feels like a long to me. I'm glad I didn't get in when I got in, but it feels like it's a long to me. I don't know where it's going to end up, but other than that, like just get out of these trades. If it's a losing trade, just get out. Don't let your ego get in the way. Like you're going to be right and you're going to be wrong. But at the end of the day, like the most important thing is that you stay in the game. That the biggest winners are the ones who are in the game playing. So obvious rejection down here. This looks fun. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we get I'm looking for a sharp reversal first, and then I would take a short right here. Sorry if that's really loud. I have this in my left nostril too, so I apologize. Oh, we got the chat cracking off. Let's go. Cassidy, I'm getting ready for a dump. Hello, cream, get round down 6K over 4 contracts. Yeah, that's a lot. 6K on 4 contracts is hellish. Really, you shouldn't be down more than like $800 if you're going to be trading that much size. I would say $800 would be the amount, unless you're trading on a much higher time frame. Then that's fine. But 6K is quite a bit. How many points is that? And then let me look at that. If you're down to 6K on 4, and this isn't to bust you up, Ron, or anything like that, divided by 20, divided by 4. Okay, so that's 75 points. Ron, I guess my question would be, how many points? What's your profit? Like, what's your target? Let's go through this here. I'm gonna message that, Ron. What is a profit target? Because if your goal is to get like 5K on a trade, then being down 6K is nothing. Well, it's the same, but it's not a whole lot. If the goal is to make like 1,000 and you're down 6, that is not a good proposition. That's not even a bet I'd want to take. Are we gonna build up here or what? I'm not sure what price wants to do here. I really don't. I could see like price bouncing right up here and just going. I could see this being like a 2 candle, so we don't really get above this level, which it just ran away, but we don't get above this level and fly back down. We could see either or. Very interesting here. So somebody decided to jump in and just push price down, but not everybody felt the same way about it apparently, because people bought this. So let's see if this move is going to continue or if this is going to be just a steady hold. So really, I'm gonna pretend almost that this wick doesn't exist, because it looks like price is going to try and respect this level right here, because it did all the times before, and it really did over here as well. So interesting here. Let's see what we got. I'm Scout. Okay. So in Ron, I get it. Like your paper trading, I understand that totally. It doesn't really matter, being down a big amount of paper account. Like you should try to risk the whole account every time. I get that. Ron, what I would say though is, like, first off, try to just make your losses to start like this, like double the size of your gains. So if you're looking for $400 to $800, then 800 to 1600 is probably going to be your max loss. That's number one. So just try to go a 1 to 2 reward to risk ratio there. And then as you get better, you can tighten that up. I try to keep a 1 to 1, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I'm probably closer to like 1 to 1.25 to 1.5. But I do have some trades that go and they are much larger than my losses. I try to make it about as 1 to 1 as possible, which means I hold on to my winners a little longer and I try to cut my losses a little bit sooner. But not every time it works out that way. So if you can get it there, great, but do the best you can. That's number one. But two, like, what a losing trade looks like, what a winning trade looks like as soon as you get into it. Like, like, oh, okay, price is probably going to bounce and do this. The thing about the markets is it's not very difficult. Let's see if we can get a push up here, and I'm going to go sell. Let's go sell right there. This is really aggressive. I didn't even get any confirmation that price is done going up. Let's see. Okay, even, up 80. Okay, 40. So this thing is, I don't know if I'm going to get what I'm looking for here. 40, okay, 200, 260. $200, there we go, 380, 460. We'll take 440 on that one. And that puts us, that puts us $70 from our eval. So now we gotta wait. Find yourself a new trade. Now we gotta wait. How annoying is that? We're up 1431. What a dick. Me. What a real dickhead. Could have just held for a little longer? Nope. Let's make it harder. Let's make it more challenging. Let's make it harder to pass this thing than it should be. Held a smidge longer. Nope. All right, so we got buyers stepping in right here. We got sellers up here. All right, so here's what I see. I got sellers right here. I got buyers down here. And right here. So these are my buys. I probably changed these colors to like green, which I had an idea of doing, of making, like, for the update. This isn't ready yet. I have an idea of making a box that goes on the chart. Maybe it'll be ready Wednesday, potentially, we'll see. But it'll essentially like mark out the average number of like candles per sellers buyers to give us an idea of like what we're seeing. So the previous 10, 20, 30 candles. And then we can see like, okay, every time we get a sell tag, we're gonna average 2 candles or 1.5 candles, which means we're basically gonna get 2. Or maybe it's every time we get a buy tag, we're averaging 3 candles. And so we'll be able to use that as some context as to what is going to happen, but it's not ready yet. But damn, okay, so we have price right here. We see price kind of chilling a little bit. But what I was saying was I was kind of thinking about putting some like support and resistance lines, but it just got hectic. And I was like, okay, I can't read this. And if I can't read it, I can't use it. So like this would be a red right here. Like this is, support or resistance, which could turn into support, but it's resistance. So like we maybe want to go short at that 027 level. Doubtful. I wouldn't do that. but that's an idea. And go long in this region here. Let's see. So there goes price, flying. And if we went short, that would have passed our eval. That was actually a fantastic call. All right, not mad about it. But it got, okay, oh wait, just wait, we'll chill. We got time, we need 70 bucks, which means we probably need about a 120. We probably need like $100 trade, but then on TradingView, you know, you get slippage, so who the fuck knows? But we'll see. All right, so buyers in here. I don't have any sellers yet, but it looks like we're gonna get some selling right here. So same spot, seller sold up here roughly. Seller sold right here and pushed price down. Like this could just be one big, like 2-minute chart. Yeah, this is just one big candle where price just pushes back down, I guess. All right, maybe it's not. It's even number. Yeah, never mind. So let's get rid of all these drawings here and let's just wait. Let us wait, watch, and see. Let's give it a second here. I got a lot of you guys chatting in the chat, and I gotta say I love it. I really do. I really appreciate you guys commenting. It makes it a lot better. I just talk at this screen in my phone. I look ridiculous if you were watching this not knowing I was on live. So really appreciate you guys commenting and being a part of this as active as you are. Akram, what strategy am I using? So really what's on the chart, and all I'm looking for is to find price patterns that match what I'm trying to see. Now these tags right here are the predictive model. So I'm looking in this candle specifically, let's just look at it. I'm looking, if price gets down here, I wanna buy. If price gets up here, I wanna take profit. Now price didn't give me anything, it hit our take profit first. So this is kind of like a null and void trade. If I were to get into the trade right here and price pulls out right here, I wanna exit that trade, it's my stop loss. So it's gonna predict where price is going to go. It nails it here. It does that for every single candle. So that would look, if you were to try our free trial, it looks just like this. This is what it looks like. There are a couple other pieces you could add, but for the most part, it looks like this. Now, the addition is going to be this buyers and sellers right here. Now, all this is going to do is probably clarify what you're looking to see and what you might be seeing, which is where is price projecting consistently, right up here, and then also down below. And then where can I go long potentially or short? That's going to match what I've been seeing. Okay, so this is an update that's coming. It's not ready yet, but this is kind of our zone right here. And this is plenty of room, by the way. This is 30 points or 20, 30, yes, 30 points almost. To me, this is plenty of room for me to try and make a decision on where price may or may not go. So I would trade these bands up and down. Really, it probably looks more like this. Let's go there, right? And then it looks like this up top. I'll make it red, like this. All right, so it looks more like that. So we're kind of just chilling, waiting to see price get out of that. And really, I don't need much to even see that, I guess, right? I got sellers right here. I see that. Boom, there goes price. Now, do I want to take another short down into here, like to get down here? That's 10 points. I would love that. Do I think it's going to happen? I really don't know. Remember, we need 70 bucks to pass this thing, $65 really to pass this thing. So let's see what we got. I probably could just quickly scalp and pass it, but whatever. All right. Okay, so there's price. So I have this mini rejection up here. I see that. We all see that. Where's my ATR, by the way? At 10, that's plenty of room. That's good. 11, 10, 11, we're good with that. I see this. Let's make that red. I see this. Okay. Now, do I think price is going to get up here and reject again? I don't know. If it does, it's going to try and get up here, but reject up there. I don't know. This is all-time highs, by the way. All-time highs. So we'll keep that in mind. Now we're just waiting and seeing. 15-minute chart looks like this. Okay. Boom, boom. The 15-minute chart's interesting because it kind of touches these lows down here, but it also kind of this one candle touches the highs as well of history, right? So we'll wait and see. 10-minute chart looks the same. We're kind of curling back, it looks like. 5-minute chart tells me we're kind of curling back a little bit. So this is more likely to get hit than this, but we'll see. From just this here, we'll see. One of these is going to be right. All right. So now we got price really chopping and sitting around. What is OCO, Ron? Excuse me for being ignorant, but what is OCO, my friend? I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar. Appreciate having all you guys on and watching. If you haven't already, make sure you guys like the live stream and subscribe to the channel. Actually makes a huge difference for us. Huge difference for us. And Ron, you mentioned you're trying that new strategy, the OCO method, which is great. But also, was that the one that kept you in the trade too long, or is that something different you're trying now? Just help me understand that. Let me understand that. All right. Okay. So let's see. I really don't even need a prediction model on here right now. I really don't. I think for the, okay. So now we have price like consolidating itself. Here's what I see. Let me know if you see something different. I see this. That's ass. I see this. And, wait for it. I see this. It's more like that. Yeah, more like that. Are we breaking a trend? Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't really draw trend lines. This isn't really my game. It's more like that. All right. So I see both of these things kind of wedging. So we could definitely get price to break out of that. That's for sure. But the question is which one of these moves is going to give me a break of this and get down into here, or a break of this and get up into here? Which one is more likely to do that? Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I really need these levels on here. I really don't. Let's get rid of them. So now I know what I see. And what I'm thinking about in the data box is what I'm going to call it. We're going to get price to bounce here. Let's see if we get price to hold though. A sell looks appealing. A sell looks appealing, but it's not. I don't know if it's going to break that level though. I mean, that would have passed my eval. I know that. All right. So what I want to do is add like a data box, and it would look something like, I don't know where it's going to be on the screen, but it would look something like this. And it would say, okay, it would say buyers, and have a number, and then it would say, give me another text box, and it would say sellers. And then the sellers one obviously would be, let's make this box like white for a second. I'll show you this. White, boom. And then make this a little bit larger. So red rather. And then it would say like equals, and I don't know exactly how it's going to, come on, bro. Why did I do that? Get back to my damn chart. All right, we got price building down here. This isn't a move I'm going to be a part of, it appears. That's annoying. But let's see. Looks like we got a lot of good, a lot of bad. Balance here down 4. Oh, Tesla at 4. MSTR at 4. Sick. What this would look like is it's sellers, and it would equal like 1.2. And then it had buyers, and it would look like this, like 1.4 or something like that. And it wouldn't be this big, obviously it'd be much smaller than that. But then we would have this data box, and then we'd be able to see like, okay, every time we get a sell tag, we have 1.4 candles that occur after that tag, which basically means that there's more likely to be 1 candle than 2 candles. The seller tag would be the same thing. So let's just change this one. Let's say seller is more accurate. So let's say it's like 1.7 as an example. Then what we would say is every time we see a sell tag, we have 1.7 on average candles that occur after, which means we're probably looking at it's more likely of a chance to have 2 candles rather than 1 candle. And so when we get a sell tag, probably should look at taking that next trade. When we get a buy tag, we should be patient and wait, because we might get price to turn around for us as we get a really good deal. So something like that. And of course it'd be adjustable. So you got to put it, anywhere you want on the chart, middle, left, right, if you wanted it. And the reason I would use it or have it on my chart is I want to see like how accurate is it, not accurate, how likely is it that the trade I'm going to take has any real sustainability? Like, is it going to actually be a move, or is it just going to be a quick scalp? Because the difference in those two things is expectations. One is number of contracts, 2, and is the amount of drawdown you're willing to give it. If I know that every time I see a buy tag, which this wouldn't happen, it happened on a larger time frame, but if I know it's like 2.3, so every time I get a buy tag, there's 2.3 candles. Like if that were to occur and be the case, then when I see a buy tag, I'm not going to go all in, but I am going to wait to see price do something, and then I'm definitely going to take that trade. Let's go long right there. Oh man, I might have chased it in. Ah, damn. I think I chased this one a little bit too much. Let's see. Did I do it? Boom. I chased it. It went against me for a second, but it worked out. So there we are. You guys can see that, right? Yeah, 26,538. So we passed that eval. It took us about an hour to do this one. as we blew up the first one. So really good trading there, and that move was sick. That thing worked out for us. So really good there. Pass that eval for you on live. Fantastic. So good to go. We'll take that all day. So let's do this. Let's just get into the paper trading account really fast, and we'll close out the day on paper trading, and then we can come back and tomorrow and trade more evals or maybe even a PA account. We'll see. Edge clear. What is that? Anyway, all right. Account logged in. We're back. Okay. Cool. We'll see what happens next. See what happens next. All right. I've got 9 of you guys watching. Happy to have all you guys. Order, cancel, other. Oh, okay. I got you. That's basically just limit order, I guess. You enter the trade. It also creates a. Okay. Gotcha. Ron, what's up, Todd? What's up, Todd? Time for the other. Ron's my dog. You guys are my guys for real. Thank you, Brennan. I see what you're saying, Ron. On TradingView, I wish Trademate would adopt this. I get why they don't, but it's like when you open an order, let me just do this for a second. So let's say we have this like buy order right here. Let's just say we buy. You can set your take profit and stop loss like anywhere you want, and then just let price kind of play to it. Trademate doesn't do that. Now you can do it if you open up the order on the trade menu. So you go over here and then you were to hit trade, like that would work out. But let's close that down and just take that off the chart. It's $200 right there. We'll take that. I wish Trademate had something like that, but you can set that up in your trade here. So let's say we wanted to go order, and it's got to be a limit order, and then we would just place that limit order wherever. Take profit would be $1,300. Stop loss would be $1,200, and then you would hit buy if price gets up to that point. Oh shit! It put it in the trade already. Well, that's no good, huh? You know how easy it is to make money when you're not trying to make any money? You ever notice that? Anyway, but you can do that on this as well, and Trademate offers that. It just you can't go market order because trades happen too fast. You have to really be patient and let these setups come to you and try to trade off of the fact that like this trade right here could be a short. We would potentially sell if price gets up to there. So then I would put my take profit right here, my stop loss right there. And then, potentially we would see what would happen with this trade. So you could have that occur. Can you guys even see that? You can see that. All right. So yeah, with futures, unlike options or anything else, we're in the trade now. That's good. Let's see what we got here. When you buy, if I immediately buy 4, I close this trade down. It's a really good trade, actually. Pretty nice. 340. And I just wish we could move like your stop loss. So like I was up 340 in that trade. I could have moved my stop loss to break even, and I didn't. Had I done that, well, I wouldn't have blown up this trade here and been down 150. These candles are huge, right? So let's just see what happens with this trade first, and then we'll close out the next one. 280. Yeah, I don't know if a pullback was the right call at this point right here. I think it maybe even up here within a better shot. I expect price to get there. Okay, so there we go. So now I'd move my stop loss to right there at $100, and now we're out of the trade at $100. I wish Trademate would do something like that, and they kind of do, but they don't tell you how much money is being made or lost, even in their on their platform specifically. So let's see. And somebody asked about the data box. Hotkey like shifts or shift B. Yeah, no doubt, Ron, no doubt. The faster you can get in and out of trades, the better. I totally 100% agree with that. It's just, Trademate's going to be tricky. And ultimately, what I need to do is open my Trademate account and just have it sitting right here to my right, or execute all my trades on Trademate specifically to get the best fill possible, and then also to see the P&L as it's moving. Sometimes on TradingView, you get these trades where like price just jumps all around, and it's hard to get a feel for it. Versus on Trademate, you can really see things slide up and slide down because the data is much more smooth. And I wish TradingView would allow for that. That would be huge if we could see, like, it gives you the depth of market and it gives you all these different things, but it's just not as smooth as Trademate would be. So it is what it is, I guess. All right, so I got sellers stepping in, and I don't know if I believe that I'm ready to go down here, although it looks like price might be calling for that. So let's see. Let's go 5 contracts because that's what we're here for. Looks like that was probably the right call. And what I'm saying is the data box would show something like when I click text, Oh, I'm in a cell now? What is this? We'll leave it. There we go. It would say like sellers, and it would equal like 1.2. And that would just mean number of candles, right? Number of candles. And so then you would know that every time you get a sell tag, you're expecting 1.2 candles that are red to continue in this trend. Now, that's an idea or something to keep in mind if depending on how many candles we measure, which I also got to figure out which is the most accurate. Um, this looks like a good. I'm still in a good position here, I think. Yeah, 150, 175. I was. Okay. I was in a good position. Now I am no longer. All right, there's 250. Probably should have waited for that one to clear itself out. 500. Damn. Let's see. Okay, so I saw that one wrong. So I'm probably gonna have some buyers step in right here. What I'm saying though is it says so sellers 1.2 candles. So on average, there's 1.2 candles that happen after you get a sell tag, which means there's basically one candle that happens. Which would mean that if I see this, then really I'm like, okay, average is 1.2. Okay, I see this green candle. Now I know, okay, I'm not looking for a sell. Matter of fact, I'm looking for a buy. So then like on this candle, I'm gonna take a long here as long as we get a pullback. So let's go. Let me duplicate that. Clone. And on this next trade, I'll show you kind of what I mean. Now the math, I still have to math out. I need to map it all out and see, but that's the next development I want. Let's go buy right there. I think it's probably a little aggressive. I think there could be a decent little pullback here that happens. But so then what I'm seeing, let me move this thing down here. So then this would say buyers, and it would equal, like let's just say in this case, to make it easy, 1.5 or 1.65. That means that every time there is a, make it green, every time that there is a green buy tag, a buyer's tag, there's 1.65 candles that are green after that one, which would mean that on average, on average, there's a little more than two candles rather than one candles that occur. And so depending on how much time I want to measure, whether it's going to be like 100 candles, if I want to measure like 5 candles, if I want to measure 30 candles, I'm not sure like what the most accurate will be. But if I see that, I say, okay, so sellers, if I get a sell tag, it's 1.2 candles. If I see buyers, it's 1.65 candles, which means I'm probably looking for a long over a short in this case. And we're up 300 bucks on this trade. And so, like, if that makes sense, this is just kind of how I'm seeing it in my head right now. Obviously, I gotta get it programmed out, and once I do that, we'll test it. And maybe I'll have something like a prototype on Wednesday we can test, and we can look at that. So here's 250, 300. Okay, so we're crashing back. I think we lost money on that trade. Wow. All right, so then we get this one here, and so the point is like, are we seeing more red candles or more green candles? And this run right here, more green, right? So the number would be much higher. And over here though, we saw more red candles, so the red amount would be much higher. So the idea is just to give you guys an idea of like, okay, every time I get one of these tags, how many candles is going to follow on average this particular moment in time, right? How many candles should I expect? And then I can start to build my bias. If I expect more selling candles than buying candles, then every time I get a buy, that buyers that step in, I'm probably just going to wait for that thing to turn around and then take the sell because that's more popular right now. The market's going down. In this case, market's going up. Now, what I don't want to do is measure like too many candles because it means nothing. Like this is fuckery. This right here is also fuckery. So I want to make sure I measure this, but I don't want to try and include stuff from way back here that maybe isn't relevant over here. Because I also, even though this is treacherous trading, I want to make sure that even though this is junk, like this stuff matters, but I want it to be timely too. So we're going to play around with it. We're going to see. I might have to tinker with it tomorrow as well. And maybe we'll just do another eval with it and see. I won't have it tomorrow, but maybe Wednesday we'll tinker with it and see. And we'll see how useful it is. And then if it's useful, then I'll plug it into this. And what I'll probably do is get rid of the stop loss box here and I'll get rid of that. I'll probably get rid of the clouds. People don't like the clouds as much as I thought they would. People don't like the signals as well, which we'll get rid of those. That's too much there, so we'll get rid of those. Take that out, and we'll see. We'll try to make it as bare bones as possible. So we'll go sell right there. We're trying to make it as bare bones as possible, but also make it as useful as possible, which is the whole point. All right, so we're about even on this trade right here. Okay, let's see. Minus 50, minus 75. Yes. So Cassidy, that's what Cassidy, great. That is what I need. too soft. Cassidy, great question. So the point would be, whoa, all right. The point would be like, do I want to include that seller's candle or do I want to include the candle after? I personally would want to, and I'll have it calculated that maybe the next candle. So the candle after you get the sell tag, after you get the buy tag, would be what's measured here. Okay, and so see how, okay. So naturally, I'm like, I've gotten away from trading because we're not in an eval anymore. And so we're just fucking around. But naturally, we see this uptrend right here, okay? Which means that, and I need to be in a long here, not a short, which means that we're probably seeing more buying than selling. So the box or the data box will probably show buyers at a higher percentage than sellers. And so what we'd see this candle and think, okay, well, wait. And then we get this candle, great. That's in alignment with what we're looking for. And then we would go long as price pulls back into this thing. And ideally we'd get, a push up here. Now we're at all-time highs, and so we might not get the price action that I'm searching for because we're just at the very peak and top. But this would be the trade. We go long on this candle right here. Let's go to like a 5-minute chart. I can show you this a little bit different. So on a 5-minute chart, this would be, the numbers will be like more whole numbers, 2 and 3 on average on a 5-minute chart because it's just a little bit more smooth. And so you would see probably that the number of buyers is much greater than the number of sellers. So we would just wait for those sellers to kind of flush out. Then we get back to getting our longs. It would be the best way to predict what price is going to do next without giving you guys like a buy right now signal. So that's how I'm seeing it. Obviously, I gotta run the math, run the numbers, and then see what makes the most sense, and if anything is useful. Like if we're seeing like 1.1 and 1.4 candles, it's like, okay, we're probably just gonna get one more candle on this thing. Won't be useful. But if we can get a lot more than that, then that'd be great. And so it does really start to kind of like chunk up in these little areas right here. But that means you shouldn't be trading, which is fine. I'm not worried about that. There will be a lot of signals. I don't really care about that though. All right, so obviously I should have been in a long position this entire time, right? That'd have been much better than this right here. And boom, it was price exploding up. New all-time highs. New all-time high. That's sick. Bitcoin's up 2% up to 106. Okay, MSTR's up good. Tesla's up good. Palantir's getting its ass punched in. I don't know. I wonder what that's about. Okay, Square's up. Google's up. Okay. Now, after days we have all-time highs, what should we expect? That candle's nuts. Okay, we had all-time high, pullback. We didn't close at an all-time high. Actually, hold on. Did we close at all-time high on Friday? No, I don't think we did. We didn't. We made a new one, but we didn't close at that. We didn't close above that. Yeah. So, like, just for reference, maybe we did. We did close at a new all-time high. All right. So all-time highs, we get all-time highs. There's a stat out there that's like every time you make an all-time high in the year, you're expecting about 14 more. And this year has been way better than that. We've seen a tremendous amount of market movement ever since the election. Not that this is anything about political anything, but since the election, we've seen the markets really take off. For example, QQQ year to date, that bad boy is up over 33. Yeah, up over 33%. So really good. SPY, what's that up this year? 28%, so that's good. In my personal portfolio, just to kind of walk you guys through this, my 2 largest positions currently are MSTR. I always reference it because I'm looking at it. That's my biggest position right now. It was Bitcoin. I have a tweet out there in June of 2023 where I called Bitcoin getting to 100K in 2 years. It took 18 months, so that was a beautiful call, which I did put my entire portfolio in Bitcoin, and it worked out well. About 4x on that. And then my second largest position is TQQQ. So TQQQ is triple leveraged QQQ. So if the Qs are up 1%, this thing's up 3%. Is usually how it should work. So we just looked at the Qs being up 33%. Let's look at TQQQ year to date. Now I can kind of show you this. It's up 92%. So about 3x is how that works on that one. Those are my biggest positions. I'm pretty aggressive on my buy and hold portfolio. The reason for it is I don't need the money right now. It's going to be for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Heaven forbid I get to live that long. And so that's how I'm investing for it. So if the market goes down right now, we add more. Market goes up, I look a little richer. So that's cool. But those are my positions primarily right now. And that MSTR one could change. Let's just look at that really fast. MSTR. So that's a 1-minute chart. I'm like, damn, the daily looks a lot different than that. All right, Here's a daily chart. Let me just take this off for a second. Okay, what do you see? Because what I see is a ton of selling right here. Every time prices gotten up here, we had one candle exceed that, and then boom, we gapped way the fuck up here, and then boom, price pushed way down. And so I'm kind of looking at potentially this thing 440 kind of being my mark or so. I know there's supposed to be a stock split, but we'll see. So I'm kind of looking at this thing potentially hitting up here, maybe going a little higher, and then I would sell around 450, 460. I don't know that we're going to get, I mean, price got up here and it was just like, holy, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens on that one. We'll certainly see. Let's go back to NQ. We'll wait and we'll chill on that. All right. So hopefully that kind of helps. But the point would be, and the data box, what I really want to do next with it is potentially build in some swing trading with it, where we can look at like the daily chart, and then what we would see is like, okay, on average, we're seeing about 2 candles or 3 candles in a row versus our sellers about 1.5, maybe 1.1, and then we could potentially look for long positions off of some of these sells, long position, and then just swing those for a day or two, a couple $100 on an option, maybe $1,000 or $2,000 on an option trade, and let that thing ride out for a little bit, right? That feels like what is coming next. So we just day trade in the mornings, and then maybe in the afternoon we'd come back and we would review what's going on with the overall stock market, and then pick a couple of these positions, something in here, something else too, and potentially look at that as something for us to trade. So if that makes sense. Hopefully that made any sense to you guys. But anyway, happy to have all you guys here. We've got, I mean, I guess we're pretty much at 11. My computer's about to die. My laptop is about to pass away, shut down, whatever. Not a whole lot of trading going on right now, a whole lot of movement. We still have the ATR moderately high, still above 8, which is pretty good. We're at 9, so that's solid. But probably not a whole lot of trading for me for the rest of the day here. Maybe I'll come back and look at some swing positions to build something off of. We'll take a look at that. Maybe I'll go live for that at around 3 o'clock or 2:40 or so, which is about 3 hours. So we'll see. We'll see. We keep an eye on that. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. But today's been a good day. Let's call it a day here, and we'll go from there. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll body some more shit. All right. Good day today. Let's keep it rolling. Peace.